This time I will introduce tempura, a representative Japanese dish and local dish of Tokyo. First, I will explain the historical background of tempura, how to make it, and finally how it was eaten 200 years ago in the Edo period. So please enjoy until the end.
Oh, it's exciting.
The history of fried food in Japan is surprisingly long, and it is said that the first was Chinese sweets such as Kankidan, brought back from China by Japanese envoys in the 7th to 8th century. Kankidan are sweet filled with bean paste and spice, wrapped in flour and fried in sesame oil or steamed. According to food historian Professor Dara Goldstein, Kankidan is an ancient Indian sweet called modaka that dates back to around 200 BC. Interestingly, it was introduced from India via the ancient city of Chang'an to Japan, along with the introduction of Buddhism. It appears in recipe books such as Ryori Shokudoki 1669 and Kasen no Kumi Ito 1948. As I explained, fried foods have existed since ancient times, but it took a long time for tempura to be invented from the times. Well, how did tempura come about? The original form of tempura is said to be a dish brought to Kyushu by the Portuguese, who came to Japan in the 16th century to spread Christianity. And the name tempura comes from the Portuguese words tempora, festival, and tempero, dish. It then spread to Kansai in the 17th century, where it began to be eaten as tsukeage and was introduced to Edo in the 18th century. After that, Tokyo suffered severe big damage in the Great Kanto big earthquake in 1922-3, and as a result, tempura shape spread throughout Japan, and Edomae style tempura spread throughout the country in Japan. Let's get started. According to Morisada, the ingredients for Edomae tempura were congealed eel, shrimp, gathered shade, scraps, and dried squid in the Edo period. This time I will use shrimp, squid, shiitake mushrooms, maitake mushrooms, and shiso leaves as vegetables. Preparing the shrimp. Peel the shrimp, remove the intestine and sword on the tail, and cut the tenderloin. The tenderloins will cause the shrimp to curl up, so cut them to prevent them from curling up. If you drain the shrimp and squid thoroughly, they will create a very crispy texture. Make the tempura batter. Batter 1. Egg 1 half. Water 200 ml. Flour 100 grams. 1 cup. Butter 2. A simple recipe that uses mayonnaise instead of eggs. Water 75 ml. 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. Flour 50 grams. Gluten gives tempura a soft texture and prevents crispiness, so ice is added to the batter to prevent gluten formation. Dust the ingredients in flour, then coat them in butter. Deep fry at 170 degrees. When comparing the dough with eggs and the dough with mayonnaise instead of eggs, there was a slight difference in taste and texture, but mayonnaise may be surprisingly easy and convenient. Mayonnaise is originally made from eggs, and mayonnaise contains oil, which may give it a crispy finish. Tasty tempura is ready. Please enjoy tempura.
Wow.
Why did the Edo people enjoy eating tempura at the food stores? In 1657, the Meireki fire burned down two-thirds of Edo. As a result, many craftsmen gathered to help with reconstruction. This led to the demand for fast food restaurants, and food stores became popular in Edo. Also in Edo, where fires are frequent, it was prohibited to eat tempura indoors, so it was common to eat it at a food store. A samurai is eating tempura at a food store, hiding his face. Perhaps it was a bit embarrassing for a samurai to eat at a food store. The tempura was skewed and eaten with grated daikon radish and dashi soup to avoid getting his hand dirty. But did tempura not exist for 800 years? From when cooking with oil began in Japan during the Nara period until the original form of tempura was introduced to Japan from Portugal. Since fried sweets such as Kankidan are related to Buddhism, I think vegetable tempura was eaten at temples as shojin-age. However, fried fish dishes were introduced through trade with Portugal, and in the Edo period, expensive oil became available to the general public, so it may have spread rapidly. Nowadays, tempura is one of Japanese representative dishes, but if you look into its root, you will find that it is an interesting dish with a long history. It's nice to eat tempura while feeling the fun and nostalgia of history. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you like.